Xohlovchilar uchun tashlaveramiz. Demak, 16 kishi bo'ldik. Tak. Eating out'dan boshlaymiz. Let's get started. The first question: will you choose a cafe or restaurant when you meet others? Ya'ni boshqalar bilan ko'rishganingizda kafe tanlaysizmi yoki restoran tanlaysizmi? Endi bu birinchi o'rinda bunga savolga javob berayotganingizda bu kim bilan uchrashishingizga bog'liqda. Oddiy ko'cha do'stingiz, har kunlik do'stingiz bo'lsa, kafe arzonroq hisoblanadi. Endi rasmiyroq uchrashuv bo'lsa, muhimroq uchrashuv bo'lsa, restoran yaxshiroq bo'ladi, chunki restoranda servis yaxshi degan fikrni berishingiz mumkin. Yoki umuman kafeni olaman deyishingiz mumkin, arzonroq va qulayroq, shunday bor deyishingiz mumkin. Bu demak sizga bog'liq. Will you choose a cafe or restaurant when you meet others? Well, it depends on the person who I'm going to meet. First of all, if they are my close friends, I think cafe is best option because cafe can offer us cheaper prices and with good quality fast food. However, if I want to meet with a special and important person, I think restaurant is the best choice because the quality, the service, the environment is really meet my meeting, of course. So I think it depends on the person who I am going to meet. Demak, bu kim bilan uchrashishimizga bog'liq ekan. Xo'p, kim gapirib ko'radi birinchi? Faqat gapirish, yozish emas. Xo'p, endi chatga tushirib qo'yaman shekilli. Kim gapirib ko'radi? Bugun 7 dan 9 gacha bo'ladi darsimiz. Bugun 7 dan 9 gacha. O'tgan safarlar 2,5 soatlik bo'lib turdi. Endi buguncha unaqa bo'lmaydi, chunki 9 da men boshqa onlayn darsim bor. Xo'p, tezlashamiz, ortiqcha yo'q. Xo'p, ovozim bordimi bundan oldin yoki bormadimi hali? Bundan oldin borayotgan bo'lsa bo'ldi. Men o'sha savolga qisman javob ham berib ko'rdim. Keldi, ortiqcha gaplarni yig'ishtiramizda. Bugun speaking qilaylik. Vaqtimiz ketyapti xolos. Xo'p, demak ketdik. Ortiqcha gaplarni, savol-javoblarni ichkada yozaverasizlar u kerak nimalarni. O'zingizga kerakli ma'lumotlar.
Good evening, teacher.
Good evening.
May I?
Yes, of course. The first question.
Yeah, first question. A cafe definitely, because cafe serves coffee, cakes, snacks, and a variety of hot dog or cold
Ovozingiz yaxshi kelmayapti, menimcha muxtasarsiz.
hot beverages, and they are the. Qayta chiqib ketib boshqadan gapiraman.
Uzilib keldi. Balki mengami yoki faqat hammagami? Agar faqat menga bo'lsa, menda muammo bo'ladi. Qolganlar
Unda qayta qo'shilib ko'raman.
Demak, sizga ekan ko'p. Xo'sh, u 10 gacha kim gapirib ko'radi? Savolimiz: will you choose a cafe or restaurant when you meet others? Ya'ni restoran tanlaysizmi, kafeni tanlaysizmi kim bilandir ko'rishgan paytingizda? Speaking bo'lgandan gapirish. Yes, of course. Go ahead.
Okay. As for me, I will choose a cafe because we can find a lot of cafes in our city, firstly, and rather than restaurants. And cafes provide us with fast foods which are available to everyone from the price side. And also the meal is served quickly. It saves our time, furthermore. And so I think cafes are preferable to choose for each person, I think.
Don't say each person, because some people may prefer cafes, but others may prefer restaurants. So it means everyone has different tastes in terms of meeting with other people and choosing location. So just you should give your own opinion. And cafes are best option for me, you can say like this for the conclusion of your speech.
Best option. Okay, thanks.
Anyway, thank you. And what about others?
Men yana bir marta harakat qilib ko'ring.
Okay.
A cafe, definitely, because cafes serve coffees, cakes, snacks, and a variety of hot and cold beverages. So they are perfect place for conversing on any topic, enjoying some drinks or some sweets. What is more, cafes offer a light, casual environment, which makes me feel more open with my friends or close people. I really enjoy a great atmosphere, which lets me feel at home and focus only the conversation without thinking if I'm sitting the right, eating right, and if I'm not laughing too loudly, breathing formal restaurants, they are also less expensive than restaurants, which gives you me more freedom of choice. And all these reasons taken together push me to choose a cafe for friends get together and again.
Okay, wait,
That's all.
thank you. I think your speech a little bit over 30 seconds.
Unuttum vaqtni, to'g'ri.
Vaqt speaking endi 2023-yilda qanday o'zgarish bo'ldi hali bilmayman to'g'risi shaxsan. Endi bu 12 fevral kuni imtihon bo'lsa keyin bilamiz. 10gacha speaking bo'ladi. 2022 borasida gapiramiz endi. 2022da speaking part 1, part 3 30 sekund esdan chiqmasin. Shuning uchun
To'g'ri, sekundga qarab qo'ygan. O'zim ham imtihonga kirganimda shu oshib ketgan shekilli, enaq deb to'xtatib qo'ygan.
endi u paytda face to face bo'lganligi uchun hozir Okay, anyway, thank you. Yaxshi. Faqatgina bir ikkita so'zlarni qo'shishingiz kerak imkon qadarcha tezlik qo'shishingiz kerak. You are just wasting your I mean you are expressing your opinion just thinking about your ideas. Ya'ni fikr o'ylab qolganingizni shunday ifoda ko'rinib turibdi-da. Tezlik qo'shishingiz kerak.
Okay.
Anyway, thank you for your answer. Who is next one? Come on, be faster. Will you choose a cafe or restaurant when you meet others? Come on. Gapirishlar yo'qmi? Tezlashaylik. Come. Hop, tezlashamiz. Boshqalar gapirmaymiz. Tak. 23 kishi ekanmiz-da, gapiraylik endi. Ha, yozib olinyapti. YouTube'ga ham, nimaga ham tashlaymiz. Telegram kanalga. Xo'p.
Teacher, may
Yes.
I speak?
Yes, of course.
Teacher, ko'p cho'zmanda shunday maqsadga yetib qo'ya qolaman. Ko'p cho'zma demoqchiman.
Okay.
I usually choose restaurant because I often meet my business partners in restaurant and with my friends in ordinary cafe. And cafe very comfortable for us, friends and business partners. Have a lot of comfortable restaurant. That's all.
Sodda bo'lmadi-yu, mujonib qoldi. Oxirgisi restoran ham, kafe ham gapiruvdingiz.
Haligi restoranlarda biznes hamkorlarim bilan ko'p uchrashish qulay dedim. Anaqada friendslar bilan kafeda uchrashish qulay dedim.
Bu ham bo'laveradi.
Teacher, men speaking anaqada muammosi bor-da, hayajonlanib bilgan so'zimni ham unutib tashlayman. Shuning uchun bu menga rosa pand beradi.
Everyone has different characteristics, so you have to get rid of this kind of bad character. I'm sure this trait will prevent you from getting higher score in terms of speaking. So you have to work on yourself. I mean, you can practice here right now among others by expressing your opinion. I think online cannot help you, but you can practice. I think if you work at school or if you study somewhere, you should speak with others face to face. And as online ham gapirishingiz mumkin. Ko'pchilik orasida bu baribir yuzmangiz bo'lmaydi-da. Juda katta foydani bermaydi sizga hayajoningizni yo'qotish uchun. Maktabda ishlasangiz yoki o'qishda o'qisangiz, kim bilamiz ham, yuzmangizga gapirsangiz ko'proq foyda beradi shunda.
Xudo xolisa harakat qilyapman, teacher. Yaxshilashga speakingimni.
Anyway, thank you.
Endi gapiruvchilar bormikan?
Albatta bo'lsa kerak, hozir ko'pchilik bo'lik. Xo'p, gapiramiz, qolganlar ham temalari u 3 ta topik bor, 3 ta topikni gaplashamiz. Kim.
Men gapirsam.
Yes, of course, go ahead.
I mostly eat at home, but when I go on a date with someone, I usually go to a restaurant because the quality of foods and service is important to me. And second together.
Well, restaurant is a good option for me to make a date unforgettable because restaurant service and quality of food can leave good impression on us. Yaxshi, leave good impression on degan narsani bersangiz ham bo'laveradi. Yaxshi taassurot qoldiradi bunaqa vaziyatda. Xo'p, yana kimda?
Assalomu alaykum. Men gapirib qo'ray.
Xo'p, faqat meniki past bor. Kimdir o'zi yozibdi, ovoz pasayib ketdi deb. Demak, boshqalarda yaxshi o'zida ekan. Okay, yes, go ahead.
I like to sit in a cafe with my friends because the cafe is suitable for us both financially and with products. In my opinion, people of our age would choose this place more.
Xo'p, bu o'zingiz talashingizni gapiring, boshqalarni emas. Can you repeat your answer one more time, please? Javobingizni bir marta qaytarib bera olasizmi?
I like to sit in a cafe with my friends because the cafe is suitable for us both financially and with products. In my
Mhm.
opinion, people of our age will choose this place more.
O'zim to'g'ri aytman. Faqat o'zingizni gapiringda, boshqalarni qo'shmang bu yerga. Hamma ham kafeni tanlamasligi mumkin-da. Puli ko'plar borib o'tirmaydi kafega. Milliarderlar tiqilib yotibdi. Biz boraverishimiz mumkin, boshqa kafemi, oddiy choyxona, boshqa yo'q. Kafega bormaydiganlar ko'p-da, oddiy kafelarga. O'shaning uchun mana keyingi writing darsimizda overgeneralization degan narsani o'taman dedim. O'tgan safar kecha kun writingda mana shu qolib ketdi, grammatika dedim. Bu ham speakingga yordam beradi. O'sha bo'rttirishda overgeneralization writingga ham juda katta yordam beradi. O'sha 100% holatdan qochish kerakda, biz balans saqlashimiz kerak, ham o'zimizni, ham boshqalarni ham, ya'ni yoqtirish yoqtirmasligini ham o'rta tempda saqlashimiz kerak. Biz hammani qo'shmaydi. More people, especially middle class people, you can say, for example. Middle class people degani o'rta tabaqadagi odamlar bo'lishi mumkin. O'shanda bo'ladi. Xo'p, yaxshi. Xo'p, who is next one? Who is next one? Come on, be faster. Teslashaylik. Temali, ya'ni savollar o'zgarganda o'ylanib qolganingiz javob bermasdan qo'yishingiz mumkin haliga keyingi savolga o'tganimiz.
Teacher, menimcha boshqa javob beruvchilar yo'q shekilli, menimcha.
Okay, ketdik keyingi savolga. What are the differences between a cafe and restaurant? Cafe bilan restoran o'rtasidagi farq qanday? There could be a number of differentiations. For example, as for a restaurant offer different kind of choices for their customers, not only in terms of quality food, but also quality service. I mean, a restaurant can be a good option for business people to organize a meeting in a good, quiet environment. And the restaurant usually are spacious. I mean, restaurants are free of noise. And as for cafes, I think cafes usually in small in size, and it could be sometimes noisy. But cafes offer cheaper, reasonable food for middle class people, especially for students, for youth. I think it's a good place to hang out with besties. So I think these kind of differentiations can be cited here. Can be cited, can be given as example. Xo'p, kim gapirib ko'radi? Masalan, restoran bilan kafeni farqi nimada? Restoran joy jihatdan kengroq, tinch, bemalol nima deydi? You can hold a conversation. Yes, go ahead.
Thank you. In my opinion, the main difference between a cafe and restaurant is a menu, I think. Mainly in restaurants, we can find a range of meals. For example, if you want to eat a Chinese meal, for example, Chinese meal, sushi, kimchi, or others, you can go to restaurant, of course. So in restaurants, you can find any nationalities meals, salad, range of salads and range of coffees rather than in cafes. In addition, in restaurants, we can see famous singers also, who sing lively, and if your guest is honorable or respectful, you should invite to restaurant rather than cafe, because in restaurant the service is good and quiet, and the place is very beautiful, and meals are delicious, and So we can say that restaurant is a high level eating place rather than cafe.
Rather than cafes. Great. Well, anyway, thank you for your answer. I think it's a little bit long. You have to take into account the time management as well. You have to stick maximum 30 seconds. O'sha 30 sekundga borib taqash kerak imkon qadar. Lekin mayli, hozir bu nima deydi, exam bo'lmagani uchun to'liq gapirishga to'xtatmayapman orada. Shuning uchun imkon qadar sekundni ham hisobga olib qo'yinglar. Lekin zo'r, yaxshi. Anavi g'oyangiz menga o'zimga oldim, ya'ni ko'p turdagi ovqatlar topish mumkin restorandan. Bu ham yaxshi. Bir-birimizni fikrlarimizni olsak bo'laveradi. Eshitayotganlar shuni gapirishlar mumkin otamizdan. You can find different kind of not nationalities, international. Mana shu yerda xato ketdingiz. Nationalities, but international food as well. If you want to try international food, I think restaurant is a good place for you. Even though it's priced a little bit high, but you can enjoy your time spending there. Garchi o'sha vaqt puli qimmat bo'lsa-da, lekin maza qilib vaqt qilishingiz mumkin. Yaxshi, zo'r. Так. Thank you for your speech. Who is next? What are the differences between the cafe and the restaurant?
Teacher, assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam. Yes, go ahead.
Gapirmoqchi edim, savol javob bermoqchi edim.
Hop, bemalol.
May I speak?
Yes,
I
of
think
course.
This cafe you said with more close friends, and in a restaurant it's usual convenient to meet important people because it helps to make a good impression on the first person who see you. I think this different them from each other. And in a restaurant there is traditional food, while in a cafe there is fast food.
Oxirgi gapingiz nima bo'ldi? Tushunmay qoldim.
Asosiy farqlari bunda, keyin restorandan ko'proq traditional foodlar topsa bo'ladi, kafedan esa fast foodlar.
Xo'p, restoranda ham traditional, ham international desak ham yaxshiroq bo'ladi menimcha. Chunki nabrot, chunki restoranga nisbatan, restoranda o'sha kafega nisbatan meal menyusi kattaroq bo'ladi. Xo'p, yaxshi. Xo'sh, keyingisi.
Teacher, men gapirib ko'rsam bo'ladimi?
Okay, yes.
Well, good question for me and for us. Cafe, very comfortable for people and very not expensive and very comfortable, and but the food of the restaurant is much tastier than that of the cafe. And the restaurants there are very international foods. A lot of restaurants food very international, but cafe not cafe da yo'q demoqchi edim. Not cafe.
Hop, sizni tushundim. Bunday desangiz bo'ladi, qarang. Those who visit restaurants can find not only national food but also international food, even though the prices are high. But when you visit cafes, their menu is limited. I mean, you cannot find more food. I mean, besides fast food, of course. The menu
Yeah.
of cafes, I think, limited, you can say. Ya'ni kafening menyusi cheklangan bo'ladi. To'g'ri,
Yeah.
restorandan cheklangan bo'ladi, lekin kafe bilan ikkalasini solishtirayotganda qaraganda
Yes, restaurant very beautiful and amazing. The food very delicious in restaurant. جدي فكرتي من كل شيء بدينا. Restaurant for business women and business peoples for uchun business womenlar uchun, but cafes and friends family come to friends and family very comfortable for us for them demoqchiman ularga. But restaurant very expensive for people, and cafe very poor and very comfortable.
so'z tanlovingizda ancha kamchilik bor ekan. Xo'p, poor bo'lmaydi kafelar, kafe bechora bo'lmaydi. Kafe yaxshiki,
Yeah,
ishi yurishi.
arzon demoqchi edim. Cheapmidi arzon? Arzon
Cheapni
demoqchi.
o'rniga shu bir kafedagi ovqatlar arzon demoqchi bo'lsak, shuni o'rniga the foods in cafes are reasonable.
Reasonable?
Reasonable. Keyin restoranga yana bitta example, another example for restaurant. A restaurant can be used to organize family occasions. I mean, you can organize birthday parties. It's a good place because it can offer. The restaurants are usually spacious, so it's a good place. Hop, rahmat. Keyingisi Jo'raboyeva opamiz gapiray deyishibdi. Bemalol. Rahmat sizga. Faqat fikrlaringizni bitta berishni o'rganishingiz kerak.
Assalomu alaykum.
Assalomu alaykum.
Ovoz yaxshi bo'lyaptimi?
Bitta fishillab kelyapti. Menimcha, naushnikka juda yaqin gapiryapsiz.
Endichi?
Endi yaxshi. Okay, go ahead.
I begin. Generally speaking, a restaurant refers to any establishment that serves food and beverages. Meanwhile, cafes are places that serve different types of coffee and drinks. Following that logic, all cafes are restaurants, but not all restaurants are cafes.
Tushunmay qoldim to'g'risi. Ko'p restoran kafe deb ketdingiz, doldira qoldim. Nima demoqchi edingiz, fikringiz? Tak, fikringizni tushunmay qoldim. Tushunmadim. Hop. Muxtasar men ham gapiray deyishibdi. Bo'pti, muxtasardan keyin savolni o'zgartiramiz.
Okay. In terms of price and friendly atmosphere, cafes are more convenient, but restaurants offer us more food. And cafes tend to be open earlier than restaurants because they sell coffee and breakfast items. These items are typically in demand during morning hours, so some local cafes close by evening. This is the next difference between cafes and restaurants.
Xo'p, so'z tanlovida items demang, stuff deng, food stuff deng, ovqat mahsulotlari o'sha food stuff ham yaxshi. Next, the difference emas, another desiz yaxshiroq bo'ladi. It's better saying instead of next, just you can say another. Another difference. The differentiation.
Okay.
Thank you.
Assalomu alaykum ustoz.
Va alaykum assalom.
Ustoz, men javob berib ko'rsam bo'ladimi?
Okay.
It's interesting question for me. In my opinion, the difference between a cave and a restaurant is price, because restaurant's price is very expensive than cave, but the restaurant service an extensive range of international food, and its decoration is amazing for everyone.
Not for everyone. For restaurant users deylar. Everyone qo'shmanglar odatda.
For everyone users.
No, так for restaurant users yoki restaurant visitors desak ham bo'laveradi.
Rahmat ustoz.
Yana kim gapirib ko'radi? Xo'p, kelasi savolni o'zgartiramiz. Savolni o'zgartiraylikmikin bir?
I want to speak about it.
About what?
About this question.
This question.
Yeah.
Okay.
May I?
Hop, kim gapiryapti hozir? Murojaat qilamiz?
Yes.
Okay,
Good evening,
yes, go
everyone.
ahead.
Well, definitely, if I meet with my close friends, I choose cafe, simply because it is casual eating place. Also, it is a perfect place for chatting on any topic with friends. Also, it serves coffee, snacks like this, and then cafe is casual place for me rather than restaurant.
Yeah, bunda так.
Will you choose a cafe or restaurant when you meet others? I answered.
Siz birinchi savolga javob berdingizmi?
Yeah, because I have joined recently.
Shunaqa paytda imkon qadar nima deydi? O'sha savolni men hozir tushunmay qoldim-da, chunki biz ikkinchi savolda yuribmiz. O'shanga biroz nima gapirishdik deb o'ylanib qoldim.
Ya, hozir qo'shilganimga birinchi savolga javob berdim. Hozir ikkalasini farqiga qilib harakat javob bermoqchiman ustoz. Qaysi birini tanlaysiz degan uchun birinchisi o'qib, hozirgina qo'shilganimga buni javob berib ketdim.
Xo'p, yaxshi, rahmat. Men hozir to'g'ri tushunmay qoldim-da o'shancha. Chunki manada speaking deb bo'ladi. Tak, kinoni boshini ko'rsangiz, ma'qul bo'lmasa oxirigacha ko'rgingiz kelmaydi-da. Hozir men boshqa savolga qarab turibman, siz boshqa narsa gapirganingiz uchun parvo qilmadim to'g'risi. Men umuman boshqa narsa gapirib yubordingiz-da, o'shaning uchun farqi o'shancha chalkashib ketdi. Xo'p, endi ikkinchi savolga javob berib ko'rasizmi? Can you answer for the second question or
Assalomu alaykum.
Va alaykum assalom.
Domla, men javob bersam maylimi? Ikkinchi savolga.
Kela, savolni o'zgartiraylik, chunki hali 2-3 ta topik turibdi-da. Endi qaranglarda, ko'proq har bitta savolga hammadan bitta savolni so'rab o'tirsak, ancha vaqtimiz ketadi. Maqsadimiz ko'proq topik ko'rsak, masalan, eshityapsiz. Eshitib turib ham, masalan, ko'proq fikr olyapsizlar. Yoki qanday gapirish mumkinligi tushunmaslik. Endi o'zingiz ko'proq praktik qilishingiz kerak. Endi men demoqchimanki, nafaqat siz keyingi gapira olmagan odamlarimiz ham bor. Masalan, men Nilufar Qodiraliga ham gapiraman deyishdi. Keyingi savollarga harakat qilib turaverasizlar imkon qadar. Keyin ko'proq topik ko'raversak, yaxshi bo'ladi. Masalan, Sofiya bilan ularga kiruvchilar uchun. Xo'p, keyingi savolimizga o'tiraylik-da. What kind of people like to go to cafes? Kafega qanaqa odamlar boradi? Kafega qanday odamlar boradi? Qiziquvchilar birinchi gapirib ko'radimi? Agar fikr bo'lmasa, fikr berishga harakat qilaman. Who is the first speaker for this question? If you don't have ideas, then I will try to give.
May I please?
Yes, of course.
So, in my point of view, youngsters like to go to cafes. Most of young people prefer to eat hamburgers, hot dogs, this kind of fast foods, probably because these meals are financially beneficial or time-saving, or maybe delicious, and usually near to most universities, we can find cafes which attract young generation to visit this place. So, in my opinion, young people are like to go to cafes.
Okay, let's just take, not instead of young people, fast food lovers usually make a visit this place. Fast food lovers. Instead of just go there, you can say make a visit. Make a visit, okay? Make a short trip. Boradi. Visit there. Menimcha fast food lovers asos zo'r bo'ladi. Fast food lovers. Keyin opamiz ham yaxshi aytishdi, institut yaqinidagi joylarda. Tak, money consciouslar degan bo'laradi. Money conscious nima degani bilamizmi?
Puliga qayg'uradiganlar.
Pulini tejab sovuradigan.
Tejab
Money consciouslar ham yaxshi bo'ladi. Men chunki qimmat bo'lmagan narsalar sotilganligi uchun degan bersa ham bo'ladi. Yaxshi. Tak. Keyin sizda просто speech bo'ldi xolos. Imkon qadar you have to add some interesting vocabularies for your speech in order to get more A's.
No, aytganingizga sekundga o'lchayap turdim-da, o'shanga hozir 30 sekunddan oshib qoldi ozroq. Yo'q, nimada ham imtihon bir marta topshirgandim. Shunisiga qiynalyapman-da, sekundga o'lchab gapirishimiz kerak shekilli haqiqatda ham. Endi gapimda nima qilyap turganimda tap etib o'chib qoldi-da, shu speaking kurs nimasida ham, imtihonida ham. O'shanga shu time management bo'lish kerak ekan speechimizda ham.
Albatta. Bo'lmasa hozirdan boshlaymiz. Men hozir kompyuterdan sekundga qarab turaman. Kim gapirayotgan bo'lsa 30 sekund bo'lib to'xtataman. Xafa bo'lish bo'lmaydi. Imtihonda ham xuddi shunaqa qilamiz. Speakingiz necha chiqqan opasi? Taxminan hozir mana speakingizdan kelib chiqqan holatda tak 57 bilan 60 orasida olgan bo'lsangiz kerak.
Shunaqa olaman deb o'yladim, lekin bilmadim. Menda juda past qo'yishdi-da. Operatsiyaga ham berdim, bo'lmadi. 53 ball oldim. O'sha 60 ball olganda Silvanga o'tardim, o'tolmay qoldim o'shanda.
Chunki part 1 izdan kelib chiqdi, men balkim part 2 izni ham bilish kerak. Keyin bitta narsa bor, men shuni oxirgi marta o'zim ham kirib chiqqanimda his qildim. Multi-levelni tekshiruvchilar mutaxassis emas. Diplomi mutaxassis xolos deb hisobladim. Nega? Shaxsan o'zim biladigan bitta odam, tanishim, o'zimdan 1-2 yosh katta, lekin to'g'ri, o'quv markazi yuritadi, asosan grammatika dars o'tadi. Yozda adashmasam, multi-leveldan 59 ball oldi. Menda rasmiy turdi. Prosta lekin unda 3 ta diplomim bor. 3 ta diplomim bor. Multi-level 59, TTMga yarim stavkalik inshoot tekshirishga ishga kirgan. Endi demoqchimanki, bunaqa saviyadagi, bunaqa leveldagi odamlar ishga olgandan keyin tak masalan o'zingiz aytyapsiz, mana yuqoriroq chiqsa kerak. Endi ko'pchilik shunaqa deydi-yu, lekin bunaqa saviyadagi odamlar tekshirayotgandan keyin yuqori ball kutish qiyin masala. Chunki unaqa insonlar o'zi B2 bo'lib turib, mana darajam masalan IELTSdan ham C1 yoki multi leveldan C1 bo'lsa, u meni bahola olmaydi. Men hayron qoldim oxirgi safar kirganimizda va o'zimizni o'quvchilar mendan yuqori oldi speakinglari, men hayron qoldim. Yoki writinglari. Men endi bir tomonda o'zimni o'quvchilarim bo'lganligi uchun xursand bo'ldim, lekin prosta men keyin achinmadim, sababi bunaqa insonlar tekshirayotgandan keyin tabiiy hol bizni saviyamizni belgilay olmaydi, o'shancha past ball qo'yadi. O'shandan xulosa qildim, ya'ni kanalga ham yozgandim. Multi level zo'rlar uchun emas, IELTSdan 7+ olganlar uchun emas, multi level. Prosta ko'proq abituriyentlar uchun chiqarilganligi yana bir marta isbotlandi. O'shaning uchun juda past ovorsizlaring o'ksinmanglar. Chunki mana bir ikkita o'quvchimiz bor, speaking space'larimizda juda zo'r gapiradi. Umuman hali darsda biror marta speaking qilmagan, umuman 3 oy o'qib B1 olsam bo'ladi deb harakat qilayotganlar bilan tengma-teng speaking chiqyapti. O'shalarga bunaqa holatlar juda ko'p bo'lyapti multi levelda. Buni sababi o'sha saviyasi hali C1 ga yetib bormagan B2 atrofidagi teacherlar ko'p ekan, examinatorlar. Ularni ko'ziga yaxshiroq ko'rish uchun, endi ulardan endi shunaqa muhit uchun tayyorgarlik ko'rishimiz kerak. Bunaqa B2 leveldagilar yoki endi C1 ga elishib qolgan examinatorlar olgandan keyin ularni qo'lidan yaxshiroq baho olish uchun siz usti yaltiroq, ichi qaltiroq degan ibora bor o'zbekona. Ya'ni usti yaltiroq degani siz tezroq gapiring, ichidagi so'zlaringiz idioma kerak bo'lsa, yaxshi frazalar bo'lsin, mazmuni buzilgan bo'lsa ham demoqchiman. Ular IELTS kriteriyasi bo'yicha eshitib turmaydi-da. Gapirishingizga qarab turib tezroq gapirishingizga yoki yaxshiroq so'z ishlatishingizga qarab turib baho qo'yib ketaveradi. Shuning uchun shunaqa holatga tayyorgarlik ko'rishing kerak. Menimcha sizlarga bu juda qo'l beradi, juda foyda keltiradi. Shu fakt bu, o'sha aytganim 59 ball bilan DTMga ishga kirganim, bu aniq bilaman, chunki bu markazimiz yonma-yon joylashgan. O'shanga bunaqa insonlar bo'lgandan keyin bunaqa tekshiruvchilarning qo'lidan yaxshiroq ball olish uchun usti yaltiroq bo'lish kerak. Xo'p, kim gapirib ko'radi keyingisi? What kind of people?
I want to answer.
Yes. Go ahead.
Both adults and youngs want to visit cafe. Usually, youngsters like to visit cafe because cafes are secluded places where they go and enjoy a lot. They get every facility related to beverages as well as hard food.
As well as thank you bo'ldi?
As well as hard food. Hali og'ir ovqatlarni
Harmful demoqchimisiz, yomon demoqchimisiz?
No, hard food. Haligi tayyor ovqatlar ma'nosidan ishlatsa bo'ladi-ku.
Hard food?
Hard food.
Hard food. Mandaymi? Mana do'st gruppa yozib, hard food shu tarzdami?
Ko'rib ko'ring. Ha, shunday.
Qattiq ovqat. Yo'q, tayyor ovqat demoqchi bo'lsangiz, processed food desangiz yaxshiroq bo'ladi.
Ha, process. Okay.
Processed food deganda qadoqlangan ovqat desangiz, tayyor degandan keyin menimcha shu yaxshiroq bo'ladi, processed food. Okay, thank you anyway. Xo'p, Nilufar gapiraman deyapti. Keyingi insonimizdan bor ekan, Dinora o'chiribdi. Xo'p, Nilufar boshlang undan.
Okay, may I speak?
Yes, of course, you are speaking.
Ovozim yaxshi boryaptimi?
Yes, it's clear.
Okay. I think absolutely different types of people I should say. For example, okay. Absolutely different types of people I should say. For example, book lovers or some modern girls and business people who have no time to cook at home. Firstly, book lovers go to the cafes or just relax and reading a book in the peaceful place, I think. And the second, some modern girls, they go to there in order to take photos and in order to take photos for Instagram stories or posts, I think. And business people, they are no, they are, they have no any free time to cook at home, and they prefer to go cafes, I think. That's all.
Okay. Уже 55 sekund gapirdingiz. Endi qaranglar, hammani gapirishini men sekundga qo'yib o'zim kompyuterda kuzatib turaman. Hop, 30 sekundda to'xtataman, xafa bo'lish bo'lmaydi. Chunki agar hamma maqsad multi level topshirish bo'lsa, 30 sekundga moslashishimiz kerakda. Ancha cho'zib yubordingiz to'g'risi hozirgi holatda. Lekin fikr o'ylashga ko'p vaqt sarflab o'tasiz. Oddiy speech bo'ldi.
Thanks.
Thank you. Nega kam vaqt imtihonda shunday. Keyin inson kim gapiraman deb turadi. Tak, Dinora gapiraman deb turadi, keyin Bobomurod ekan. Xo'p, sekundga qarab turaman endi. Okay, you can start.
The first thing I should mention is that nowadays most of the people who go to the cafe are young people because it's convenient and affordable for them to meet and spend time with their friends and relatives.
Okay, thank you. Mana shu yerda tight budget degan narsa borda. Budget. Shu narsa ham qo'shsa ham bo'laveradi. Tight budget deganda budjetni haligi tak o'zbek tilida nima bo'ladi? Endi studentlarni nazarda tutsalar ham bo'ladi. Tight budget deganda puli kamroq degan. Hozir sizda ham shunday. Ko'pchilik shuna bo'lyaptiki, haligi shunchaki speech bo'lib qolyapti xolosda. Interesting vocabulary qo'ymayapman ko'pchilikda. What kind of people like to go to cafes? Well, different kind of people make a visit this place. For example, who have tight budget. I mean, especially students or school children can make a visit this place in order to enjoy their free time having fast food, and who have little time to cook at home, or who are in a rush. I mean, they can have a lunch, have a good lunch in a short of period of time. I think this is a good place for this kind of workaholic people or workaholic people. Ishga berilayotgan tight budget deganda o'sha budjeti kamroq, shoshilayotganlar misol keltirsak ham bo'laveradi. Yaxshi, rahmat. Tak, Bobomuroddan keyingi boshqa savolni o'tamiz. Kimdir yana gapirmoqchi?
Menikini vaqtim yetib bo'ldi.
Nimada? Siz 20 sekund gapirdingiz.
Menikini vaqtim yetib bo'ldi.
20 sekund gapirdingiz. Chunki 45 sekundda boshladingiz, keyin nimada 5 sekund o'tganda to'xtatdingizda 45 bo'lsa, 20 sekund. 15 da to'xtatishingiz kerak edi. 0:05 da tugatdingizda 20 sekund gapirdingiz.
Qaysi savolga javob berishim kerak siz?
3-savolga.
3-savol. Qo'shsam bo'ladimi?
Rahmat.
Yes. Rahmat.
In my opinion, rich part of people like to go cafes for eating. For example, businesswomen and those who work in, for example, any country governmental people, and some part of students. That's all.
Okay, thank you. Hozir Bobomurod to'g'risi gapingizga e'tibor bermadim. Boshqatdan gapirib berasiz menga. Men bitta narsani xayol qilib qoldim. Ekranda sizlarga timerni chiqarib beraman hozir. Ekranga vaqt konkret chiqarib beraman. Ekranda ko'rinib turadi hozir 1 minut. Xayolimga kelib qoldi. Online timer. Tak. Men ekranni share qilamanda, keyin hozir 1 minut men telefondan chiqib keyin kompyuterga ulana olishim kerak ekan. Tak. Online timerda bizga pastga qarab ketish kerak. Shuni olamiz. Tak. Ha, hozir o'shani 1 daqiqa. Men hozir kompyuterdan share qilaman sразу. O'ttiz sekund yetadi ekan. Hozir 1 daqiqa ekranni share qilaman.
Hozir 1 minut ekranni share qilamiz. Tak. Hozir yaxshi boryapti menimcha. Biz boshqa timerga kirishimiz kerak. Kechaga offline o'qishlarni qilardim, zo'r bo'ldi. Xo'p, 1 daqiqa men telefonda ulab olaman, Wi-Fi'ni. Hozir biroz uzilish bo'ladi. Chunki to'ta Wi-Fi yaxshiligi bo'lmayapti. Xo'p, Telnozda bo'ladi-yu, prosta Telegramdan chiqib ketsam sizlarga ko'rinadimi yoki yo'qmi bilmayman-da. Sinab ko'rmagan ekanman. Xo'p, hozir bu timer Xo'p, mana mayli so'z tak qaraydi. Endi ekranni ko'ryapti menimcha endi. Endi boshqacha bo'ladi. Xo'p. Keyingi Bobomurod boshqatdan gapirib berasizmi? Keyingi insonlar boshqa savolga javob bera oladi. Bobom, endi tayyorlansiz, startni boshlaymiz.
Boyagi savolga yana. Qanday insonlar? 3-savolgami deyapsiz ustoz?
Endi boshqatdan gapiraveraymi, bu yerda ovoz uchgan ekan, to'g'risi. 3-savolga. Tayyormi?
Tayyorman.
Okay, let's start.
In my opinion, some rich part of people like to go cafe for eating, especially young adults and teenagers, especially with their love or close person. The cafe is very comfortable and amazing place for spending time. And as I think, it doesn't matter it is expensive or cheap.
Okay, stop. Vaqt tugadi mana. Xo'p, ekranga qarab turamiz imkon qadar. Shu mana demak hali vaqtga qo'yib ishlash kerak. O'tsikunda shunaqa. Demak vaqtga qo'yib imkon qadar. Kimdir gapirmoqchimidi?
Domla, shu savolga men ham javob berib ko'ray.
Bo'lmadi, deyarli sizda ham yaxshi so'zlar bo'lmadi. Faqat shunchaki yuzaki savollar bo'ldi. Balki endi bit olaman deganlar uchun bo'laveradi, lekin bunaqa speech. Agar siva olaman desalar ham ko'proq interesting vocabulary qo'shishingiz kerak bo'ladi.
Tushunarli.
Ya'ni hozir aytgan fast food lovers yoki tight budget yoki haligi vaqt jihatdan shoshilayotganlar, who are in rush, shoshilayotganlar, who are in a hurry yoki. Lekin rahmat. Xo'p, bu qizim, rahmat sizga. Hozir bu qizimiz gapirib bo'lgandan keyin boshqa insonga boshqa savolga o'tamiz, keyin boshqa insonlar bilan. Tayyormisiz?
Yes, of course.
Okay, let's start it.
Well, different type of people like to go to cafes, especially students and workers, because nowadays more and more people have more free time. That's why they prefer to go to cafes, because cafes are very convenient and amusing for the children, and cafes include many types of very reasonable food.
Okay.
Reasonable.
Mana shu ovozni eshitsangiz to'xtataling degani. Ekranga qarayapsizmi?
Ha, qarab o'sha bo'ladi
Aha.
edible foods.
Shunaqa paytda imkon qadar borku, vaqt tugab qolyaptimi? This because therefore shaklda ko'proq yakunlovchi qism bersalar bo'laveradi.
Hop. Hozir taskga yaxshi javob berildi.
O'ylab qolyapsiz. Hozir bu holatingizda 52, 53 ga arziydiganligi. Endi umumiy shunaqa javob bersangiz, pandikka, pandushlaringizga ham umumiy shunaqa javob berilsa, shunaqa atrofdagi ballga yarasha javob beryapsiz hozir.
Hop, rahmat.
Okay, thank you. Hop, interesting vocabulary'larni aytib ketyapman og'zaki, bittasini yozdim. Keyingi savollarga o'tamiz endi. Eating out'dan tashqari. Tak. Nima deyapti? What kind of things? Keyingisi, is it expensive to eat out in your country? Mamlakatingizda ovqat yeyish qimmatmi? Xo'p, endi mamlakatingizda ovqat yeyish bu qanaqa ovqat yeyishingizga bog'liq. Well, it depends on what kind of food you eat. For example, if you want to taste our traditional food like palo or something else, I think it's reasonable. I mean, you don't pay much. However, if you want to eat international food in international restaurants, I think it costs an arm and a leg. I mean, you spend more money. So it depends on what kind of thing you eat, and of course, it depends on for the time. Kelda o'zimdan bir vaqtga qarab turib bir gap ko'raman. Keyin просто g'oya beryapman. Another thing, of course, it influences the price of the food you eat. I think the place. I mean, if you visit luxurious, expensive places, of course, you spend much. However, if you make a visit local cafes or cheaper places, I think you don't spend much. Demak, bu qimmat yoki arzonga tushishi joyga bog'liq va yeyotgan ovqatimizga bog'liq bo'ladi. Xo'p, kim gapirib ko'radi? Mamlakatingizda ovqat is it expensive to eat out in your country? Is it expensive to eat in your country? Kim gapirib ko'radi?
Men gapirib ko'raman.
Xo'p, boshlaramizmi? Okay, let's start it.
Well, there are different type of foods, different costs. For example, some foods are very expensive because I believe that it is a very extraordinary food, but some traditional foods like palav and other foods are very reasonable. That's why more and more people prefer to traditional meals.
Hope foods sanalmaydi. Food is the main. Foods. Just food. Traditional food. Keyin odamlar fast foodlarni afzal ko'radi dedingizmi oxirida?
Nima traditional foodlardir.
Traditional foodlarni.
Domla, keyin affordable bilan reasonable sinonim bo'laveradimi bir-biriga?
Bo'laveradi.
Xo'p, rahmat.
Yaxshi, yana kim gapirib ko'radi? Xo'p, kim gapirib ko'radi? Is expensive to eat in your country? Mamlakatingizda ovqat yeyish qimmatmi? Well, it depends on what kind of places are you visiting. If you visit luxury places to eat a meal, I think you can spend more. You can spend eating in luxury restaurants or luxury places. can cause an arm and a leg. An arm and a leg degani an arm and a leg degan nihoyatda qimmatga tushadi bo'rttirma shaklida. Savolni endi alohida yozaman, nima qilaman shekilli qirqib ishlayman endi. Xo'p, kim gapirib ko'radi? Is it expensive to eat out in your country? Tashqarida ovqatlanish qimmatga tushadimi? Kim?
Speak.
Yes, of course. Necha dollar gapirasiz?
Okay, it's definitely depend on what are you eating and where you are, because there are a lot of places in our country for appropriate your for you, and if you choose any restaurants to have dinner, it will cost more, and if you need just anything to eat, cafes are for you.
30 sekund qo'yasan, juda vaqt tez o'tib ketadi.
Juda tez o'tib.
Hozir nima gapirishga o'zgarib qolgan deb o'ylaysiz?
Deyarli hech narsa ayta olmadim. Ikkita gap gapirdim.
Shunaqa paytda biz tezroq bo'lishimiz kerak. O'shanchalik boshdan aytib, tezroq imkon qadar tezroq bo'lish kerak.
Okay.
Xo'sh, to'g'risi feedbackga yarasha javob bo'lmadi-da. Kim gapirib ko'radi yana? O'shancha vaqtga qarab turinglar, ekranga kirib turib, ekrandagi vaqtga qarab turib gapirsalaring, albatta his-hayajon bo'ladi. Shoshilib qolasiz imtihonda ham.
Ustoz, men gapirib ko'rsam maylimi?
Albatta. Okay, are you ready?
Yes.
Let's start.
Yes, of course.
Qarangda, siz o'ylaguncha sekund o'tib ketib qoldi. Mana startni boshlayapman, tezlashaverasizdan. Mana o'sha o'ylaguncha 5 sekundingiz o'tib ketib qoldi-da sizda.
Okay.
Let's start.
Okay, it depends on what kind of food it is. If you want to eat the food with meat, I think it is arm and leg. And if there is not any food in your there is not any meat in your food, it's cheap. So the meat food is also expensive in our country.
Go'shtli ovqatlar qimmat demoqchimisiz?
Ha, shunaqa. Shuni to'g'ri bera oldimmi? Food with meat bilan berdim. Agar shu ibora to'g'ri bo'lsa.
Endi bu yaxshi bo'lmaydi. Go'shtli ovqatlar, hamma ovqatda go'sht bo'ladi, ko'p ovqatlarda endi. Endi u qancha go'sht solishga bog'liq-da, jichcha solgan qimmat bo'lmaydi u narsa. Xo'sh, endi yana kim gapirib ko'radi? Kelasi, biroz temani o'zgartiraylik. Temamizni o'zgartiramiz. Internet ekan temamiz. Internet temasi mana bo'lib tashlayman savollarni. Xo'p, what are the differences between old and young people when they use the internet? Ya'ni yoshlar bilan yosh kattalar orasida qanday farq bo'ladi ular internetdan foydalanishayotganda? Internetdan foydalanayotganda qanday farq bo'ladi? Endi qanday farq bo'ladi? Odatda yosh kattalar usually I will try to give my own opinions. Men o'zimning shaxsiy fikrlarimni fikr beraman xolos, o'zingizga singdira olib javobingizga qo'shishingiz mumkin. Usually elderly people use internet for useful purposes. For example, for searching useful information or useful videos. For example, elderly women try to search videos, especially for cookery videos. However, younger generation usually most of them, waste, not all of them, of course, most of them waste their time surfing on the internet unpurposely, maqsadsiz sarflaydi. Xo'p, endi yosh kattalar internetga nima kiradi degan savol berishingiz kerak. Birinchi o'rinda, first of all, we should give a question: why elderly people go to the internet, go online? Nima uchun online bo'lishadi odatda? Nima uchun asosan? Lekin baribir farq, ba'zi juda katta farq yo'q deyishimiz ham mumkin. Tak. Yosh kattalar lekin ko'p vaqt sarflamaydi. The main difference is the time. Elderly people usually spend less time compared to young people. Yosh odamlarga qaraganda kamroq vaqt sarflaydi. Yo'q, bu savollar hammasi parsvoydan.
Domla, men gapirib ko'rsamanmi? Sekundga qo'ymasangiz kim boshlaydi?
Xo'p. Tayyormiz,
Yes, of course.
Okay, let's get started.
Well, nowadays more and more teenagers prefer to use the internet because the internet has a lot of the latest events and different type of information. But I believe that the elderly people don't use very well because they prefer. They spend time very less, and in my opinion, they prefer to read newspaper or magazines.
Vaqtga e'tibor qilishimiz kerak. Endi shunaqa paytda odam ancha asabi buzilib qolishi mumkin. Imtihonda shunaqa bo'ladi endi. Shunaqa paytda imkon qadar ko'zni yumib gapiringlar bo'lmasa.
Tushunmadim.
Ya'ni ko'zni yumib deganim vaqtga qaramasdan turib tezroq gapirish kerak.
O'sha vaqtga qaramasdan tez-tez gapiryapman, baribir tugab qolyapti domla.
30 sekund kam o'zi. O'shancha aytayapman 2023da 2023da balkim vaqtni cho'zib bergandir, bilmadim.
Domla, speaking vaqtlari o'sha speaking bo'lishidan 3 kun oldin chiqadi.
Yo'q, bu safar vohliroq chiqishi mumkin, chunki speakinglar asosiy men testdan oldin bo'ladi deb yozilgan-ku bu safar. O'shaning uchun balkim bir hafta oldindan bo'lishi mumkin.
Registratsiya qildiruvdi, writing, reading, listening 12 fevralda ekan, hali speakingda aniq bo'lmaganiga. Rahmat domla.
Okay. Xo'p, tak, yana kim gapiradi? Gapiruvchilar bormi?
Gapirsam bo'ladimi?
Xo'p, bemalol. Tayyormizmi? Boshladik.
Well, in my opinion, nowadays we can't imagine our life without internet. So I think there isn't so much differences between old and young people when they use internet. and it is useful for us using internet.
Xo'p, hozir nima dedingiz ko'pincha asosiy fikringiz?
Uncha farqi yo'q dedimda.
Lekin farqi bor aytishingiz mumkin. Vaqti desangiz ko'proq bo'ladi. Yoshlar ko'proq vaqt sarflaydi, kattalar esa kamroq vaqt sarflaydi. Так. Necha so'z qo'shinglar imkon qadar. Sal tezroq gapirishga harakat qilinglar. Necha xato qilsalar ham qilaylik, farqi yo'q. Chunki o'zimning shaxsiy offlayn o'quvchilarimiz tezroq gapirib chiqdi, nima deganimiz bilmayman, lekin bu уже 58 bilan chiqdi ba'zilari. Xato qilganim ana, u juda tez gapirdim xolos debdi. Men o'shanga miyasiga singdirib qo'ydim. Tezroq gapir deb. Chunki aytayapman, mantiqli tekshiruvchilar juda yuqori saviyada bo'lmaydi. Yani hammasi bilmayman, hammasi ham emas, balki zo'rlari ham bordir. Men bir ikkita bilganim shunaqa bo'ldi. Xo'p, yana kimlar qiziq gapiradi?
Men gapirsam bo'ladimi, ustoz?
Albatta. Tayyormizmi?
Yo'q, qaysi mavzuligini aytib endi qo'shildim-da.
Xo'p, what are the differences between old and young people when they use internet? Ular yoshlar va kattalar orasida qanday farq bor ular internetdan foydalanishlarida?
Bo'ldi. Okay. Using networks are very common in my country, especially a lot of youngsters always spend their time on the networks like Telegram, Instagram, and other social medias. But old people in my country always prefer to, for example, read newspaper or magazine, and they believe that these kinds of magazine or newspaper are very essential for our life. But one problem there are, for example, a lot of youngsters and
siz umuman internetda nimadan foydalanishlari uchun gapirdingiz-da, yosh farqi haqida gapirmadingiz hozir.
Vaqt
siz gazetani internetdan gazeta o'qishni foydali tomoni gapiradi. Umuman topikdan chiqib qoldi. O'shaning uchun jichcha qarang, topikka mana yana boshqatdan tashlab qo'ydim, topikka bir qator qarab oling. Xo'p, mana kim gapirib qo'ymoqchi edi?
Sababniyatga Nurbekmi?
Alaykum assalom. Boshlaymizmi, startmi?
Sabablarni javob qo'ydim. Bo'ldi. Talboy yoz shuni birdan.
Tak. Qaranglar, mikrofonni o'chirib qo'yinglar, orqa fonlarga har qanday so'kinishlar kelyapti bolalar. Xo'p, readingni bo'ladimi deb yozishyapti. Qaranglar, reading mana bugun full reading tashladim ataylab, imkon qadar. Speaking 1,5 soat yetmaydi. Darsimiz 2 soat bo'ladi bu safar. Bugun faqat imkon qadar to'liq speaking qilamiz. Ertaga kech payt 10 da reading qilamiz. Endi nima deydi? Bugun 2 soat bo'lishi sababi aytdim, 9 da ham onlayn darsim bor. Qolgan kunlari sizlardanki darsim yo'qligi uchun 2,5 soat, 3 soatdan bo'lib ketaveryapti. Bugun faqat speaking qilamiz endi. Bugun faqat o'shani men o'chirib qo'yaman, faqat speaking bo'ladi deb mana shu kunlari. Endi to'g'risi bugungilik readingni ertaga olib qo'yganmiz. Qisman shunaqa deb tushunsak ham bo'laveradi. Dushanba kuni kech payt. Shu yaxshi bo'ladi. Xo'p, kim gapirib qo'yadi? Xo'p. Tayyormisiz? Xo'p. Kim gapirmoqchi?
Men gapirasiz.
Xo'p, boshlang endi, start.
In my I said young people nowadays young people use the internet in every time of their every aspect of their life, but all of them is not very useful for them. As for old people, they use internet only when they should know any information by Telegram or any sites as Google.
Xo'p, juda bolalarga, yoshlarga cho'zib yubordingiz-da, mana shunaqa paytda asosiy bitta farqini tezroq gapirsam ham bo'laveradi. As for young people, they usually spend most of their time both searching information or unpurposely also. Yani ma'lumot qidirib yoki maqsadsiz savurishi mumkin. Qisqa tezlatsak yaxshiroq bo'ladi bunda. 30 sekund rostdan ham kam lekin. 30 sekund rostdan ham kam ancha.
Xo'p, tushunadi.
Okay.
Men gapirib ko'ray.
Boshlang.
Well, in my opinion, there are several differences between old and young people.
Necha balandroq gapiring. Ovozingiz past kelyapti to'g'risi.
Hozir naushnik dedim.
Boshqatdan restart qilamiz-da endi. Balandroq gapirasiz. Tayyormisiz?
Ha, tayyorman.
Ketdi.
In my opinion, there are several differences between old and young people when they use the internet. One main difference is the purpose of use. For example, young people use the internet for entertainment or socializing their friends and learning because they are tend to play online games, I think. And if I speak about the opposite age group, they use internet only. They use the internet only practical purpose, such as socializing with their family members and to know economical and political information around the world.
Xo'p. Shunaqa vaqt qisqa, ko'p gapirishga o'tib qilmaysizlar. O'shaning uchun nima deydi? Faqat mana speakingda emas, umuman boshqa holatda o'zingizning rekord bilan gaplashish, timer bilan practice ko'ringlar. Menimcha Nilufar gapirdi. Vaalaykum assalom. Tayyormizmi?
Aha, tayyor.
Start boshladik unda.
In my opinion, difference between old and young people when they use the internet. Nowadays, young generation use to internet very modernly online games, and they spend their time a lot for them. Old peoples, when it comes to old peoples, they use internet for read newspaper.
Yo'q, shunaqa bo'ladi. Imtihonda ma'qul juda darajangizni ko'rsatib bera olmaydi, lekin ayniqsa speaking orasida.
Endi gapiryapman, nima biz
Yo'q, shunaqa. Qachon topshirasiz o'zi?
Shu martlarga harakatlandim. O'xshatib olsa bo'ladimi, ish qiladimi?
Aha, harakatsiz bo'ladi.
Rahmat.
Xo'p. Bir daqiqa.
May I speak, teacher?
Yes, of course. Just a minute. I should reset the time. Are you ready?
Yes, of course.
Okay.
let's begin. I realize that now that the internet is ordinary and it's really useful for everyone, but there's a difference between using and using. I mean, useful using and aimless using. Such as old people may use the internet to take information about something or to make a conversation with someone who is far from here. And young people just spend their valuable time.
Sizni asosiy kamchiligingiz tez bo'lishga harakat qildingiz, bitta narsani bo'ldi-da, zo'r berib gapirdingiz.
Zo'r berib?
Zo'r degan haligi g'azabda qanday gapiradi? O'sha sal yengilroq gapirsangiz, tezroq gapirasiz. Haligi bus qo'yib turib tezroq gapirsangiz, yaxshiroq gapirasiz menimcha.
Ma'nosiga uncha e'tibor berishim shart emas shekilli, shunchaki qismatli so'zlar.
Boshida shunaqa. Hozir tezroq gapirishga harakat qilib ko'rdingiz, haligi nima dedim? Zo'r berib haligi ovozida qattiqroq qilib gapirdingiz-da, endi e'tibor berganmisiz?
To'g'ri.
Lekin hozir vaqt yetmayapti, ko'chiliklarni bo'lib turibman. Endi har safar speakingni shu tarzda nima qilamiz?
Good morning, everybody. May I
Good
speak?
evening, everybody. Yes, of course. Are you ready?
Yes, of course.
Okay, let's get started.
To recapitulate briefly, it's opened by several individuals that teenagers use the internet more rather than old people. If I'm not mistaken, besides, old people can use in the internet for mainly useful things, yet teenagers cannot.
Can you translate your sentence, please? Nima dedingiz, to'g'risi?
Boshqatdan gapiraymiz.
Vaqtni oshirib gapiraman, shu narsa bo'ladi menimcha. Okay, boshlang.
To recapitulate briefly, it is opened by several individuals that teenagers use the internet more rather than old people. If I am not mistaken, besides, old people can use the internet for mainly useful things, yet teenagers cannot.
Teenagers cannot. Yo'q, hamma can bo'lmaydi-da. Most yoki some teenagers degan fikrni berishimiz kerak. Sizlarga tezroq overgeneralizing degan narsani unutib berishim kerak ekan. Overgeneralization. Ertaga xudo xolasa soat 1 da agar vaqtlingiz bo'lib qolsa, mana offline darsimni onlayn olib berishga harakat qilaman. Как раз ertaga o'sha grammatikani o'tib beraman, qisman foyda beradi. Bir o'shan kirib ko'rib turishlar foyda beradi. O'sha sizlarda hozir ko'pchilikda masalan, ichimizda yoshlar bor, internetdan unumli foydalanyapmiz. Onlayn dars olib yoki kerakli practice qilib yoki boshqa yoki faqat uzun yo'lda ishlayotganlar ham bor. Ularni ham hisobga olishimiz kerak demoqchiman.
May I speak?
Xo'p, keyin savolni o'zgartiramiz endi. Savol o'zgartiraylik endi. Xo'p, mana. Savolimiz yangi o'zgartirdik. Why do people like to read news on the internet instead of on TV? Nima uchun odamlar internetda yangilik o'qishni yaxshi ko'radi televizordan ko'ra? Xo'p. Soat 1dan 3gacha 2 soat bo'ladi. Xo'p, demak, nima uchun odamlar internetdan yangilik o'qishni yaxshi ko'radi, televizordan ko'ra? Endi bunga there could be a number of reasons. For example, on the TV you cannot get more information about the news, of course. But when it comes to on the internet, you can have access to get tons of information. Not only information, but also you can reach your information with videos as well. Yani o'sha ma'lumotingizga video shakldan erishishingiz mumkin. Va the time is matter. Yani asosiy masala bu yerda vaqt. On TV, news is usually short because of the time limit. Yani vaqti qisqaligi hisobiga qisqaroq beradi. Shuni ham gapirishimiz mumkin. Kim gapirib ko'radi? Why do people like to read news on the internet instead of on TV? Internetda yangiliklar juda ko'p.
Teacher, may I speak?
Yes, are you ready?
Ovozni yaxshi bo'lyaptimisiz?
Yaxshi.
Nowadays, due to mobile revolution, people find easy to read the news through internet instead of watching television, news channel, or reading through newspapers. They also feel it is convenient to read newspaper while traveling, which saves their time in leaps and bounds.
Leaps and bounds nima degani? Leaps and bounds ketdingizmi? Allo. Xo'p, gapiruvchilar bormi? Menimcha ovoz bormay qoldimi yoki boryapti?
Gapni ko'rayapman ustoz.
Xo'p, mayli, bemalol. Savolimiz tushunadi. Why do people like to read news on the internet instead of on TV?
Okay, it depends on the situation because nowadays a lot of Telegram channels are very comfortable for reading and they are very suitable for some readers. And a lot of people in my country always prefer to read on the networks. Telegram channels are very famous in my country. And I think it's more comfortable than to buy than offline reading because it takes a short time for us from us.
Okay. Keyin internetdan yangilik o'qish bu qulayligi. Reading news on the internet is suitable for most people. I mean, they can read news on the internet at the time which suits on themselves. Yani o'zlariga mos vaqtda o'qiydi. However, on the TV, it's difficult. It's different. I mean, you have to wait for the exact time in order to be aware of the news. Aniq bitta vaqtni kutishingizga to'g'ri keladi o'sha yangiliklardan boxabar bo'lish. Mana shu gaplarni ham qo'shib aytsalar ham bo'laveradi. Hozir akamizni ham spichlari yaxshi, tezligi yaxshi ekan deganu. Faqat oxirgi nuqta qo'yishga o'zbek qilsangiz bo'ladi.
O'zi IELTSni pastdan tayyorlanamanda shu part 3da gapni ko'p gapirib olaman. Doim shu blokka topshirganda, o'qituvchimga topshirganda shunday deydi, ko'p gapirasan doim. Ovqat chekkan o'xshab qolasan deydi. Bunda shunchalik hali vaqt kamligi gapirolmayapman. Hali qarab turib ma'lum ketyapti hali part 3dan misol uchun bemalolchilik.
To'g'ri. O'zim ham birinchi shunaqa bo'lganman, qiynalganman. Chunki IELTSda discussion bo'ladi, part 3, discussion degani bu kengroq gapirish kerak degan. Lekin shunga majbur ekanmizda taglik, ya'ni vaqtga bog'lab qo'yishimizga.
Bunda hozir asosiy javob aytsak bo'ldi ekanda, ya'ni sabablari, buni nima qilish, aytmasang ham shunga qiyinchilik bo'lyapti.
Endi multi-levelga o'sha nastroykani to'g'rilash kerak deng, sekin baribir to'g'ri. Birinchi IELTS muhitidan ayniqsa speakingdan kirgan odam bunda qiynaladi multi-levelda. Pastlar oladi.
Savol bordi, hozir speaking qanaqa bo'ladi? O'sha multi-levelda umuman o'sha menda nima yo'q-da, ma'lumot yo'q-da, hali qanaqa topshiriladi. Shuni ozgina tushuntirib berasizmi?
IELTS bilan bir xil, faqat vaqtida, savollar turida farq bo'ladi xolos. Savol turi deganim IELTSda part 3, part 2 ga aloqador bo'ladi, multi-levelda unaqa emas. Part 3 da xohlagan temasiga aloqador savol tashlaydi. Savol soni cheklangan bo'ladi, nima multi-levelda, IELTSda cheklanmagan bo'ladi. Iltimos beradi deb o'ylab turdim. Bunda qat'iy belgilangan bo'ladi savol soni. Bir xil, faqat vaqti cheklangan bo'ladi xolos. IELTS bilan bir xil, savollar ham IELTSga tushadi. Part 1da 5 ta savol bo'ladi. In part 1, you will be given only 5 questions. You have to answer for each question up to 30 seconds. In part 2 is the same with IELTS, and in part 3 and part 1 is the same in multi-level. Part 1 and part 3 bir xil multi-level. Vaqt chegarasi jihatdan.
Misol uchun hali C1 vocabulary'larni ko'p ishlatsa qo'yaveradimi yo bu hali grammatikaga ham qaraydimi? Ya'ni hali ichiga kirib, misol IELTSga o'xshab nima bo'ladimi? Qayta eshitishib oladimi? Ya'ni kompyuter topshiramiz deganimi? Kompyuter.
Hozir buni aytdim-ku, multi-level baholash mezonga qaramaydi. Baholatganda jam mezonga qarayapti deb o'ylamayman. Chunki o'zbekona qo'yapti to'g'risi.
Rahmat.
O'zbekona qo'yapti. Juda ko'p holatda men kuzatdim. Lekin zo'rlar yaxshi olib chiqyapti albatta. Endi multi-level asosan darajasi sal pastroqlar ham normal olib chiqyapti. Shunaqa insonlar ko'proq foyda olyapti. Multi-leveldan. Xo'p, yaxshi, rahmat. Kim gapirib ko'radi?
Teacher, may I speak?
Yes, of course.
yoki o'pa gapirasizmi, teacher? Hurmat yuzasidan.
Bo'ladi. Men qaramay qoldim.
O'pa gapirsin.
Kim edi?
Men.
Xo'p, tayyormiz, ha? Are you ready?
Well, there are several reasons why people prefer to read news on the internet instead of TV, because internet gives us a wider variety of informations, and also people can access news on their phones or computers at any time during the day.
During the day. Yaxshi. Kun davomida qolgan paytda o'qish mumkin. Bo'ladi, endi vaqtga ancha moslashib oldik.
Kam bo'ldimi endi bu safar?
Yo'q, yaxshi, bo'ladi. Bo'ladi. Endi yaxshi gapirdik. Xo'p, kimning so'zingiz kim edi?
Men gapiravering.
Let's start.
Well, nowadays, people like to read news on the internet instead of on TV, because many people can find very easily different type of news on the internet. Furthermore, they can read news whenever they want during the whole day, and they can find other news or the latest events.
Data o'qiladi, data ma'lumotlar.
Teacher, endi men gapirib ko'rsam bo'ladimi?
Keyin mana shunga up to the minute newsni ham ishlatsa ham bo'laveradi. Up to the minute news. Yangi qandoq yangiliklar. Xo'p, kerak bo'ladi mana shu up to the minute. Xo'p, bemalol gapiring. Sorry, just a minute. I should reset. Are you ready?
Yes.
Let's start.
my personal ID. Everyone likes to use the internet, so they spend their time reading news on their phones, and this is their preference. But our grandmothers prefer to watch the news on the TV. Many people like to watch and read news from the internet, and so that's all.
Xo'p, oxiri просто ochiq gap bilan qoldi. Ko'p insonlar internetdan yangilik o'qishni yaxshi ko'radi. Nega degan savolga javob topib ketdi sizda.
Men ashu afzalliklarni gapiribman unda teacher. Hali ko'p odam internetdan foydalanishadi, ularga vaqtini sarflaydi demoqchi bo'lib, keyin hali bizni buvilarimiz TVda ko'rishda afzal ko'radi debman-da.
Просто nima uchun odamlar hozir internetda o'qishni yaxshi ko'radi siz? Endi ko'pchilik hozir televizor ko'rmayapti. Televizor kun nima deydi? Yangilik, endi real o'ylab qarasak, yangiliklar televizorda ma'lum bir vaqtda beradi-ku. O'sha vaqtni kutib turishingiz kerak. Agar o'tkazib olsangiz, yangilik ko'ra olmaysiz. Watching news on TV is not sometimes suitable for people because you have to wait exact time to start giving news program. If you skip or if you miss the program, you will not be aware of the news. However, reading news on the internet is very suitable because people can watch videos or read information about the upcoming news. So I think it's really suitable because people can read and watch videos at any time which is suited for themselves. Yani o'zlariga mos vaqtda ko'rishlari mumkin yoki o'qishlari mumkin. Shuni gapirishimiz kerak. Yana kim gapirib qo'yadi?
Assalomu alaykum ustoz, men gapirsam maylimi?
Albatta, hop, reset qilamiz vaqtimizni. Tayyormizmi?
Yep. In this modern life, there are a lot of social networks. For example, we can get many conveniences from social media, and such as we can get news from the internet instead of television. Because when we are watch television, there are a lot of advertising on the TV. Therefore, most people prefer the watching news on the social media instead of television.
To'g'ri. Televizorda nima deydi? Reklamani hisobga olsa ham bo'ladi endi. Reklama bermasa kerak endi realni. Chunki hozir biznikini o'zbeklar tekshiradi. Shuni o'zbekona muhitda javob berishimiz kerak savollarga. Asosiy televizorda ko'rmasligi aniq bir vaqtda, noqulay vaqtda degani ko'proq va newslar qisqaligi televizordagi. Hop, shuning uchun televizordan ko'rmaydi, internetdan ko'rish mumkin. Buni bersa aniqroq bo'ladi. Xo'p, rahmat sizga ham. Yana kimlar yoki boshqa savolga o'taylikmi?
Teacher, men shu savolga javob berib ko'raman.
Albatta, bu insondan keyin boshqa savolga o'tamiz. Hop. You can start.
Right, okay. Well, you also have the access to be up-to-date news, and that is a great source of the learning, which implies a great source of providing all the latest news. Just visiting a website or any news channel or newspaper website like most internet, and it's free of cost.
Free of cost. Okay, it's just free.
Yeah.
Free of cost. Free of cost degan narsa narxdan xolinsa ham nima bo'lsa kerak. Free of cost bo'ladi. Yaxshi, siz aksentingiz yaxshi ekan.
Thank you.
Oldin topshirganmisiz yoki yo'qmi?
Yo'q, topshirmaganman endi.
Speakingiz yaxshi ekan.
Thank you, teacher.
Okay, thank you. Hop, keyingi savolimizga o'tamiz. Hop, texnology temasini ham birga gaplashaylik. Texnology temasini birinchi savolini oldik. Tak. Does the development of technology affect the way we study? Ya'ni texnologiyaning rivojlanishi bizni o'qishimizga ta'sir ko'rsatdimi? Ha, albatta, o'qishga zo'r ta'sir ko'rsatdi. Ham ijobiy, ham salbiy. Ijobiyligini ham bilamiz, salbiyligini ham bilamiz, ko'p vaqtni o'g'irlaydi. Endi bunga o'zim fikr bermasam ham bo'lsa kerak, sizlar o'sha tushundilaring. Xo'p, kim gapirib ko'radi? Does the development of technology affect the way we study? Kim gapirib ko'radi?
Men gapirib ko'raman.
Okay. Yes, are you ready?
Okay. Yes.
Let's start.
Nowadays, some internet networks and technologies are developing day by day, and it's absolutely impact on our study. And I think it's more comfortable for some learners. For example, a lot of English learners nowadays learning by Telegram channels and online course. I think it's more.
Okay, it has facilitated people to study well. Ya'ni insonlarni o'qishni osonlashtirdi demoqchi deyiladi.
Impact on to'g'rimi yoki impact o'zini ishlataveraymi? Ya'ni on shart emasmi?
Impacted. Okay, ondan keyin agar odamni nimasini beradigan bo'lsangiz, it has impacted on bo'lish kerak edi. O'sha odamlarga it has impacted, affected desa, influenced desa ham bo'laveradi.
Ha, effect.
Xo'p. Influencer desak ham bo'laveradi. Endi imkon qadar 30 sekund ichida biz faqat plus tomonni gapirsak ham o'zi yetadi. 30 sekund ichida plus minus tomonni gapirish iloji yo'q menimcha. Xo'p, kim bilan nima? Tak, speakingimiz 9 gacha bo'ladigandek, hozir tugaydi.
Domla ham gapirib ko'rsam maylimi?
Xo'p, albatta. Tayyormi?
Yes.
Okay, let's start.
Well, nowadays more and more students prefer to the modern technology because technology has several negative and positive aspects. For example, we can find the latest information and the news, unnecessary news on the internet. On the internet, but some people use technology incorrect ways.
Oxirgi gapingizni bo'ldi.
Lekin boshqa studentlar o'sha noto'g'ri yo'lda foydalanadi dedi. But some people use the incorrect ways.
Incorrect ways emas. Nima deydi? Tak, incorrect noto'g'ri so'z bu yerda, ya'ni to'g'ri kelmaydi.
Inappropriately.
Inappropriately, yes. Unuseful yoki nima desa bo'ladi? Inappropriate to'g'ri bo'ladi. Mos bo'lmagan yo'lda.
Inappropriate.
Zo'r. Xo'sh. Keyin xohlaslaring endi kimdir timer hammada bor. Timerga qarab gapiringlar. Imkon qadar vaqtimiz. Xo'p, kim yana qiziq gapirib ko'radi?
Men
Bitta boshqa savol. Aha, albatta. Hozir reset qilamiz. Tayyormizmi?
Obviously, the development of technology. obviously, the development of technology affected the way we study. Before, people could get information from book, but nowadays we have global access, and that's why people could find up-to-date data from the internet, mainly from Google, and so it has a lot of advantages by the development of the technology.
It has both advantages. This is anywhere. It is the development of technology has brought some benefits for our life, or for ours, in the way of our study. Yaxshi, opa, olim topshirgansiz o'qiyapman. Adashmasam o'qituvchisiz kerak bizning ingliz tili borasida.
O'qituvchiman, lekin orada dekretda o'tirib biroz tajribam nima bo'lib qoldi, o'shanga yana tayyorlanyapman. Safarga topshirdim bir marta. Haliginda gaplashdik-ku. Endi yana harakat qilyapman.
Chunki o'zi ravonligingiz planingiz bor ekanda, odatda yoshi katta inson boshqa sohadan ingliz tili kirsa, bu ravon gapirish qiyin bo'ladi-ku, o'shaning uchun so'raganim. Tak. Yana kimdir gapirib ko'rishlari mumkin. Boshqa xohlasang, boshqa temaga o'tishimiz mumkin, boshqa savolga.
IELTSda ekzamenerni bilan suhbat qurilayotganda ekzamenerni sal qiziqtirib yoki mana bunday zeriktirib qo'ymaslik ham muhim bo'lishi mumkin-ku. O'sha narsa multi levelda bormi?
Yo'q.
Umuman yo'q-a?
Yo'q, unday qarorlarda shaxsan o'zim hali multi levelni o'zimga qaytib kelishim. Multi levelni baholashi ko'proq o'zi nimaga qarayapti degan narsaga yuzma javob topmadim, lekin bitta narsaga javob topdim. O'sha hali aytdim-ku, usti yaltiroq, ichi qaltiroq. Endi bu aytgancha multi levelda speaking nimada bo'ladi? Kompyuterda bo'ladi, bilamiz-a? Kompyuterda bo'ladi. Endi ular prosta eshitadi xolos-da ular. Siz gapirgan narsangizni eshitadi xolos. Lekin qisman to'g'ri bo'ladi. Balki savolga o'zingizni nima deydi, qiziqishingizni bildirsangiz bo'laveradi. Masalan, yoqtirayotgan, endi ular sizni ko'rmaydi, prosta eshitadi asosan. Shuning uchun ovozni tempi ko'proq kerak bo'ladi. Ups and downs, baland pastlari kerak bo'ladi degan. Biroz emotsiya qo'shsam bo'ladi albatta. Emotsiya deganim haligi yoqtiradigan paytingiz, yes, I like deb haligi qandaydir. Yoqtirmaydi, no, I really hate it deb haligi как emotsiya qo'shsa bo'ladi-yu, vaqt qisqada unaqa emotsiyalarga.
Demak, ustoz, hali imtihonni boshdagi savollarga, part 3da ham, part 1da ham boshdagi savollarga kuchliroq javob bersak ham ta'sir qiladimi? Ya'ni aytyapsiz-ku, shunchaki eshitishadi deb, hali boshdagi savollarda hali bildirib qo'ysak.
Xo'p, baholash mezoni bor, bularni chiqarib qo'ygan, qaysi partga qancha ball berishi men tashab qo'yaman. Speaking part 2 bilan part 3 ko'proq ball oladi-da. Aslida part 2 ball oladi, o'shancha ko'proq part 2 ga yaxshiroq tayyorgarlik ko'rish kerak. Bitta balandroq gapiring, kim gapiryapti, tushunmay qoladi. Menga pas boradi, hammaga pas boradi. Mana qizimiz May I speak eshitib qoldi, to'satdan adashib. Bitta balandroq gapirsangiz, mayli, to'g'ri, sal eshityapman, baribir tushunmasam kerak gapirayotganingizni.
Ovozim boryaptimi yaxshi?
Endi sal yaxshilandi. Boshlang. Tayyormisiz?
Yes.
Let's start.
Definitely yes, especially using the internet is becoming much more popular. As a result, most of people spend their time on the internet, and which can lead time consuming. This is because development of modern technology has a negative effect to our study. Menimcha kam bo'lib qoldi.
Xo'p, boshdan bitta gapingizni boshlang.
Hop. Hozir boshlaymi?
Просто vaqtga qo'ymang, просто boshidan gapirsangiz bo'ladi demoqchiman.
Definitely yes, especially using the internet is becoming much more popular. As a result, most of people spend their time on the internet, and which can lead time consuming. This is because development of modern technology has a negative effect to our study.
Also, if yomon ta'sirini birinchi keltiring, the development of technology has a negative effect on our study because bir sabab siz teskari gapiryapsiz.
Ha, tushundim. Hop.
Hop. Setni to'xtatamiz endi. Tak.
Thank you.
Tak. Men nariga guruhimiz so'rayapti.
Teacher, may I speak?
Xo'p, mana shu insonimizdan keyin to'xtatamiz.
Teacher, men faqat afzalliklar haqida gapirsam bo'ladimi?
Ha, o'zi 30 sekundda shuni o'qib Aha, xo'p.
Boshladik. I think the internet has a big impact on our studies. That is, if we talk about its advantages. The advantages of internet for us is that we can learn different languages from internet, and again, it gives a great opportunity to students who are learning English because it helps them to watch English movies online and speak English. That's all.
Yaxshi. Sizda under time control yaxshi ekan. Yaxshi sizda. Chunki yakunlovchi qismini ham berib qo'ydingiz.
Rahmat, teacher.
Xo'p, qaranglar, demak o'zimizni yo'lda to'xtatamiz, chunki nariga onlayn darsim ham bordi hozir. Yakshanba kuni darsimiz 2 soat bo'ladi xolos. Qolgan kunlari faqat dushanba ham shunaqa bo'ladi. Dushanba qisqaroq bo'ladi, qolgan kunlari ko'proq bo'ladi. 2,5 soat, 3 soat atrofida bo'ladi. Men uchun hozir endi bundan shu borsak ham bo'lmaydi o'zi. Xo'p, endi qaranglar, speakingga ko'proq o'zlaring vaqtga qo'yib tayyorgarlik ko'ringlar. Nima deydi? Time management qilish uchun. Speaking shunaqa shoshiltirib yuboradi. Xo'p, qatnashuvchilarga barchaga rahmat kattakon. Endi shu yerda buni zapisni uchiramiz endi.